Hi, I'm Jeanne, and I'm going to make a special treat for you today. I call these healthy bites, but you could also call them energy bites, whatever. They're just delicious and they're so easy. Okay, so if you know me out there, you know I like easy. I don't like a lot of food prep, it's too much work. And this is so good because there is no baking, no stovetop, no chopping even. This is so awesome. Okay, so first thing I add is oats. All right, 1 cup of oats. I use rolled oats. You could use steel cut, you could use instant, whatever you have on hand. Oh, and if you have celiac disease, make sure your oats are certified gluten-free. All right, next I will add flaxseed. Okay, so this is ground flaxseed. This is wonderful for your GI tract. Okay, so it is a soluble fiber. It is low in FODMAP. It is excellent for constipation and it's not harmful for diarrhea either. But if you have constipation, I recommend a little bit of flaxseed every day. So that was 1/4 cup. Okay, secret ingredient. Okay, this is whole psyllium husks. All right, what are psyllium husks? Psyllium is a plant, and psyllium husk ground up is what is in Metamucil. Metamucil is excellent for both diarrhea or constipation. Okay, so I don't want to show you the brand, but I'll show you the container. Instead of Metamucil, you can use Metamucil, of course, or you can buy this because it is unflavored and it is the whole husk. All right, so I just put in 1/4 cup. Oh, I did not put in 1/4 cup. I put in 2 tablespoons. Okay, so far that's all we have. Some dry ingredients. I am going to put in, I do a little bit of salt, just a pinch, like 1/4 teaspoon, not much at all. If you want to skip salt, you can because we don't need anything to rise. All right, next part of the glue and part of the flavor is peanut butter. All right, so I have 1/2 cup of peanut butter here. I use chunky, but you can use chunky or smooth. Now, what I would highly recommend is that you get a peanut butter that doesn't have added sugar or added fat. Peanut butter does not need any type of palm oil added. It just doesn't. It has its own natural oil. All right, so I'm very, very picky about my peanut butter, and I don't settle for less than the kind that I get. I won't mention the brand, but it is peanuts and salt, period. Okay, so like this is looking a little bit messy right now. We need some kind of liquid. All right, so what I chose for this recipe is maple syrup because that is low in FODMAP, just in case we have people with IBS who are watching this. 1/4 cup of maple syrup. Now you don't need a lot. It's really just to make it sticky and add a little bit of sweetness. I don't like a lot of sweet. But make sure it is pure maple syrup. You don't want to use the processed brands. It's not real maple syrup. It's just mostly sugar. Okay, this is coming together nicely. And maple syrup makes it nice and sticky. You're going to find that, you can alter this recipe as needed. If you need a little bit more of one ingredient, a little less of another. All right, so that's that. And then I add flavor. I add vanilla, a teaspoon. I'm generous with my vanilla. And cinnamon. Okay, so very healthy 1/2 teaspoon. You can add as much as you want, though. I recommend a little bit of cinnamon every day. It is an antioxidant. It's so good for us. All right, so far so good. I'm going to have to switch over to a spoon. Seriously, that is almost all the ingredients. But if you're okay with dried fruit, add some dried fruit. I'm going to use dried cranberries. You can also use raisins. You can skip that step altogether, but it does add more fiber and it adds a lot more texture and flavor too. So you got that. And the best part of all, I think, is a little bit of chocolate. What is peanut butter without chocolate? So I used mini chocolate chips. I could not find dark this time. If you can find dark, great. If you can find dark in the larger chips, that's great too. I've used those. But these are semi-sweet and just a quarter cup. All right. So that's it. That is the recipe. And then you just kind of stir it together. And also I just washed my hands because this is where the fun comes in. You just mix it together like that. And that's it. And then you roll it into balls. Look at my hands are a mess. If it is hard to manage, it's okay. Put it in the fridge for a few minutes or the freezer and it'll firm up and it'll be easier to handle. And also, after I make them, I always put them in the fridge for a little bit. Okay, let me get this plate over here. About the peanut butter, if you have a peanut or a tree nut allergy and you don't want to use peanut butter, you can use sunflower seed butter. It's like a real thin texture compared to peanut butter. So I only use half the amount of sunflower seed butter. So you will get less protein, a little less fiber. You will get less calories too. But I find that sunflower seed butter holds it together much better than the peanut butter. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit of water. Any liquid will be fine, but water is great. I will show you a finished product that I made the other day. We love these and we go through these a lot. So this is what it looks like. Okay, and this I use the larger chips on this. But they're delicious. So if you have like a healthy lunch and you just want a little bit of sweet, but you don't want junk food, perfect. This is absolutely perfect. It's high fiber. It's a good type of fiber. It has a decent amount of protein and it's whole grain because the oats are whole grain. So it's a win all around. You can't go wrong with these and they're so simple. And that's it. Okay. Have fun. I hope you make it. Let me know if you do how it turns out. Oh, and don't forget, switch up the ingredients. Add different. If you want to make like an oatmeal cookie type, then you use the raisins and use different seasonings in addition to cinnamon. So just play with it. You are going to love it. All right. Take care. Until next time.